CHICKEN. Use the code CHICKEN in the shop. CHICKEN. Use the code
Guys,
CHICKEN
the
in
chicken
the
is here.
shop.
We are back today with another Boom Beach video. In today's video, guys, we have the Halloween Mega Crab. So I'm going to go over all the stats, all the buffs, some of the best troops, and we're going to have a little bit of fun. We're going to be using our newly updated mechs with the double shock blasters and see, hey, maybe they might be viable. Probably not going to be viable with the good doctor. Now, keep in mind, this is on the developer build, so some stuff is going to look weird. I think what we'll actually do is we'll try breaking battle ores, just to give them that little extra punch, that little extra oomph. And let's actually go ahead and boost up our statue since we have literally unlimited amount of boost that we could apply to this. We might as well go ahead and do that. So, guys, if you have not already, so here's our current boost. Crystal shield and troop damage 100%. So troop damage, I believe, is going to increase 50% every single stage. Sorry, not every single stage. Whoa, that was not right. Every 10 stages, like we always get, you know. And then it's going to rotate through the gunboat ability. So, guys, if you haven't already, make sure you subscribe to the channel. We got some exciting stuff coming up this weekend. We got Warships Season 28 tanks. That's going to be a lot of fun. And everything like that. So, Halloween Crab. That introduces everybody's favorite, the Pumpkin Mortar. So the Pumpkin Mortar is going to be back. The Critter Bats are going to be back. What else do we have? That's pretty well it, I guess. That's pretty well it. We got some good boosts, so it's not going to be as hard as the last crab. The last crab we had was the, I believe it was the Beastly Crab. Was the one we did last time. And that one's tough because it doesn't give any troop boosts. It doesn't allow us to play with a handicap that we're used to playing with Mega Crab now. And grabbing these extra abilities and, you know, things like that just make the crab so much easier. So, yeah, Halloween Crab is fun. It's festive. I hope you guys have a happy and safe Halloween and carve some pumpkins. But yeah, other than that, it's a tough one. It's tough. You know, we have our boosts and we have our abilities, and we've learned from the we've definitely learned from the Beastly Crab that those are a huge help. And those are a huge factor in... I feel like my camera is a little bit off. Should we go down a little bit? Not too much. Let's see here. It's a little bit better, I think. A little bit more centered. A little bit, kind of. Anyways, yeah, so I feel like... where was I going with that? This crab is important because we have all of these upgrades to do that are... You know, if you don't run a million resource reward statues like the chicken, they're hard to come by. They're hard to come by. So, yeah, it's an important crab to try to progress in. And let's go over some of the best ways to deal with this. So, the Pumpkin Mortar. That's going to be our main enemy, right? Now, I'm going to keep using mechs just for the sake of simplicity. But I'm going to talk about some of the other troops that we can use. So, what is the problem with the Pumpkin Mortar? Okay, so let's look at what it actually does here right off the bat. Now, as soon as the troops get hit with it, they literally get scared and they run the other way. Sometimes they run into stuff, sometimes they run away from stuff, but they switch their targets. Sometimes they go backwards, and if left unarmed, if left undealt with, the Pumpkin Mortars will literally kill your entire troop loadout just because they keep switching targets back and forth and don't end up killing anything, especially in a situation like this where... you know, there's a lot of defenses around. There's a lot of Pumpkin Mortars around. So, obviously, we have to deal with them. What are some good ways around it? Now, if we go back, if we retreat, and if we look at the range of the Pumpkin Mortar, or we just kill this mech, whatever's faster. Come on, mechy boy. There you go. Alright, so now if we go back and we scout, let's look at the range of the Pumpkin Mortar, okay? Let's look at the range. Now, look at that. The Pumpkin Mortar is essentially... Do we have any regular ones? It's essentially the exact same range... Well, it is the exact same range of a regular mortar. So, what's going to be good against that? Namely, bombardiers. Bombardiers are almost going to completely ignore the scary mortar. So, the more bombers, the better in your loadout, in my opinion. You know, scorches and tanks are usually very good. They're very easy to use on the Mega Crab. But if we switch over here... Now, this is all in the developer build, so I'm going to have to gem these troops because I don't have instant training or anything like that. So, let's take a look at the difference here. Excuse me. Alright, so we get the bombardiers loaded up, and then we'll just flare them straight over here. We'll shock the rockets and whatever else is going to be in range. These guys like that. And look at that. They don't have a lot of health, and the bombers are able to take them down quite easily. So let's go like this and like this again, just to demonstrate. He was actually shocked by the time they hit him, but you got the idea. So bombers are a great way to counter the scary mortars. And like we just saw, the scary mortars are a threat. I mean, they're not nothing. They're definitely a pain to deal with, and you have to be aware of them at all times. So that's how we're going to deal with the pumpkin mortars. Now let's look at some of the other stuff that we have, the critter bats. So let's open up a couple of these guys near some flamethrowers and machine guns, just to show you guys this. So the flamethrowers, since these are critter bats and they're flying, technically these were the first ever flying troops brought to the game. And they're going to have the same vulnerabilities. They're going to have the same weaknesses to specific defenses as we've seen in warships with the heavy choppers and the rocket choppers. So, there's certain things that can attack them, and then there's certain things that not. I think it's only mortars and flamethrowers, unless there's something else I'm not thinking of. Shock launchers, too. But yeah, critter bats are great. You get a lot of value out of them. They're really awesome. They don't, they're just critters, so I mean, they're going to die quickly, but they can fly over top of mines. They don't get hit by shock launchers. They can fly over top of flamethrowers. So really make sure that you look at your base layout as you're attacking and see, where the critter bats can get some pretty good value. That's definitely going to be important. So we're only at stage 19, so it's pretty low GBE to take down everything. We can throw in some crystal shields because why not? And then let's throw in some critters over here. And let's take you down there. I just want to see if the pumpkin mortars... I guess they have so little health at this point, but they're not going to unfreeze in time. But, yeah. I mean, that's basically what we're going to be facing on the Halloween Mega Crab, guys. So just have a plan for pumpkin mortars. Make sure, you can blast your way through it with enough shock bombs. And if you have enough GB and troop damage, yeah, you'll be okay to just kind of... ram through it and do whatever you want to do anyways, until you get to a specific stage. Then it's nice to be able to have those troops that are going to be able to outrange it from afar. So yeah, that's basically all we want to keep in mind for this crab. Now let's see here. Okay, so apparently, again, developer build. I don't really know what's going on, but I guess the boosts are going to totally cycle, so it's going to be 50% bonus per 10 stages, random ability, and a random extra gunboat ability, which is kind of cool. I kind of like that. So we'll see what's going to be the best and what's not going to be the best. But with the extra GBE damage, let's see. I forgot to reload my troops. Well, it's okay. Let's see how much at 150% extra damage. Let's see how this is going to do. 1, 2. I wonder if we can take the stage with just stage 20 with just GBE with only 100. That would be ridiculous. 1, 2. There's half. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Oh, it's not going to be enough. It is close, though. It is close. Wow. That's crazy. We got stage 20 down to like 0.5%. With just gunboat energy. How wild is that? I kind of want to keep going here. Does it apply to second winders? I don't think so. But let's test it out. 150% gunboat energy. Damage bonus. Looks like it does not apply to the riflemen, or if it does, they're just simply not doing a lot of damage to begin with. So, yeah. There it is. Now, I wouldn't recommend using mechs. I would personally go with, right off the start, 2 boats of heavies, 4 boats of bombardiers, maybe a couple boats of medics, and then go brick with battlers off the start, and then switch over to, like a bullet shock knuckles, or something that's going to be a little bit more viable later on. So, yeah. There it is. The Halloween Mega Crab. It's always a lot of fun. And, yeah, guys, I got to tell you a funny story. So, I lost my wallet today, right? It was just, it was so stupid and embarrassing, but I put my wallet on top of my car when I was getting gas. Totally forgot about it. So I get a call like 30 minutes later. I'm just driving home, mind my own business. And they're like, "Hey, chicken," it was my work to call me. They're like, "Hey, chicken, where's your wallet?" I was like, "What?" It's right beside me. Why? They're like, "Check." So I checked. It's not there. I was like, "Oh, I have no idea." And then they were like, "Yeah, this guy just he just called. He found your wallet and all your cards thrown out on the side of the road." And I was like, "Really? Okay. Like, can you give me his number so I can call him?" And then this guy just he met me down the road here. He's like, "Oh, hey man, like I saw your wallet and all your cards flew out and everything." And I was just like, "Wow, like that was the." There's some real the moral of the story is there's some really good people in this world. Like, he could have just drove by, not had to deal with meeting me. Like, he went out of his way to call my work and track me down just because I'm such an airhead. I didn't even realize I lost the damn thing. So yeah, I just thought that was a cool story. Shout out to that guy. His name was Chuck. But yeah, that it was just really cool. And yeah. There's good in the world, guys. That's the message from the chicken on your Mega Crab sneak peek, I guess. But anyways, hope you enjoyed the video. As always, thanks so much for watching. That is gonna wrap it up for the video today. Make sure to leave a like if it's interesting, entertaining, or informative. Let me know in the comments if you made it to the end of the video and you actually heard that story. But we'll see you next one, guys. Chicken out. Back.